Okay, so after video one, it kind of leads us nicely onto the actual proper WordPress configuration. So first thing we want to start with is the plugins, and I'll show you why in a minute. Now you've got your dashboard, and if you click on plugins you will get this, but you don't need to. You can just click on this little arrow here and add new. Okay, now what we want, SEO core tweaks, we want this plugin, and you'll see why in a second, because it's very good for the initial setup of any posts and pages and things like that. Here we go, core tweaks, WordPress setup. I'm going to install that now and click here to activate. Okay, and then I can go to the settings. Just click on there. A lot of these plugins will come under either the plugins, or they will have their own little part of the dashboard here. Sometimes they're under settings. You find them under settings as well. Okay, let me just pause this to make sure I don't have any posts or pages, because this is an older site. Well, thankfully I don't. What I have here is a default post, this one called Hello World. You can see here the author comes down as that keyword that I wanted to use, chefing jobs. So that will show up the more posts that I do. It's just a little thing that I do. And pages, we got one sample page, which is something new in WordPress. It just started to put the sample page there, but no big deal. Right now, core tweaks. What it does, it does the base configurations, and it does it all at one time. Now if you had to go through different plugins and do things one at a time, just to get the core settings, it can be quite time consuming, and you might forget some things. This is really handy. It does everything at one time. Okay, so I'm just going to go through it in a very simple manner, and we're going to have a nicely configured WordPress setup, but we have to do some more work after that. The ideal thing here is that we have it set up with a good foundation for SEO to build on, with permalinks and things like that, which I'll show you what it is in a minute. Okay, change the default post category from uncategorized to general. Yeah, you could even put a keyword in there. I would advise you to put a keyword in there. I'm going to put in catering news. Okay, it's something that is related to hospitality jobs, for example. Change the default blog category from blog row to related. Yeah, blog row, when you see that on a WordPress blog, just means links to other places. So I'm going to call that related hospitality links. Okay, and I'm actually going to change that to London catering news. Keep it as specific as possible, and I'll put that to London as well. If it looks ugly later, I can always change it. I can just change it to London hospitality links. Yeah, let's just do that. Too many words maybe. There we go. So I'm keeping it all the time themed. For the location, we're going to put a geosite map, and if you did the 10 days to page 1 challenge, you know what I'm talking about. Then we will put in the KML map, and we will also put in the QR code, the barcode as well. So if you didn't get to see that in the 10 days to page 1 challenge, you will get to see it here. Okay, permalink structure. Now what happens there is, if you look up here, it's got easytemps.com. right now, when I go to a page in a website, for example, I might see something like, oh, hold on a second, let me just go over here and we can go and actually view something. This is what this is kind of, I don't know why WordPress never fixed this. You always have to configure it. It's maybe a good thing for people who understand it, because it's less competition. But you see all this gobbledygook here, the question mark, the P equals 1, etc. I mean, that is useless for search engine optimization, absolutely useless. What we need there, and what core tweaks is suggesting, is that we put the category name followed by the post name. Now I'm not going to do that, and I never do that really, because I don't want to have too many characters there where Google can't read it. My main search engine that I'm optimizing for is Google. Some other search engines will give you more characters that it will read and that it will show. And because your domain name and your title is so important for search engine optimization, if you've got a keyword in your domain name, I haven't got it here in this one, but often I will do that. We want to do it in a way that we can get the post title in more so than the category, because we've got plugins that we can use that can put related links on the page, and we will cover that when we start to do some posts and things later. This video might go on for about 2 hours, but by the end of it you will know how to set up a WordPress site properly, and it's what I do and it works. It does work. Okay, so grab a cup of tea or something, pause the video, and if you're building a WordPress site, then this is the place to be. Just watch what I do and do what I do, follow it step by step. It's very, very easy. Okay, right now, so I don't want to take the category, I would rather take the post name, because I will put the keywords in the post name anyway. For example, that keyword chefing jobs, I will write an article, for example, called chefing jobs in London, maybe chefing jobs in central London or something like that. I will get my keyword in there, preferably together according to like the exact match for what the actual keyword search is for, and I think it was chefing jobs London. So how to apply for chefing jobs London. It doesn't make grammatical sense, but if it's in the title, you can get away with it. You can get away with it, and we will show you how to optimize a page as well, which there already is a really good video on how to do that in the 10 days to page 1 challenge bonus section. Okay, so we're going to keep the post name, add page and shortcode for integrated DD sitemap generator. Yeah, we do want a sitemap. Okay, and it's saying here it's not an XML sitemap, so we do have to install a plugin later called XML sitemap. These are good for Google, for the search engines, to be able to see what your website is about, and also for the users as well. Create a privacy page. This is really good. So I can do everything at one time. Email. Let me see. Long-term staff. Okay. Let me just put it in my blog name. Add a contact page. Yeah. Easy terms. There's my old address. Put that one in. London. Let me just get that address, because I'm guessing here. I really don't remember even the address where I'm at right now, because we just moved back into London. So I'm going to pause this and get further details in. Okay, I got that address, and what I wanted you to notice as well, this is quite important, add a Google map to this address. Absolutely, get that in there. That will give us a link back to a Google Maps page as well when we do a Google Maps page for this, if I do one for this particular site. But if you've got a small business, a local business, we definitely want to be doing that. Okay, so we're going to delete the default post, which is the whole hello world post. We're going to not allow people to post comments and articles. I usually take that anyway. I like to use Facebook comments if and when I can. We didn't do it with the 10 days to page 1 challenge, so if you're wondering why, because I didn't want other marketers to go in there and see what we were doing, and I wanted to build a mailing list. So if I started posting, letting comments go for inside the membership area when I didn't really have any security on it anyway, it was just a normal WordPress site. But to understand where the location for those videos were, you would have to have signed up, unless somebody gave you those details. That will happen sometimes anyway. I'm not too fussed about it, but so that's the reason why we didn't use that for the 10 days to page 1 challenge. We'll delete the default comment. Yeah, set the main blog admin email. Let's just put that one back in, and it's the same. Okay, add new user. No, 3 times asking me for the same email address. Right, but it saves you a lot of time just going through this. Right, so there's a default page name of about. We're going to change that to home. I think it's not called about anymore. I think it's called sample. Right, and set the default above as front page. Yeah, why not? Create page to designate for displaying your blog posts. Yeah, and I'm going to call that London hospitality. Well, we did hospitality news was the links. Yeah, so let's just catering news. Okay, change your blog description title. Yeah, you can see here what they do is they have something like just another WordPress site. Now we want to get our keywords in here twice if possible, but it's just going to be something along the top, so we can fix this a little bit later. Tagline we'll do for now is temp and permanent, sorry. Permanent aspect. Catering jobs was one of the biggest searched. I can remember some of the terms from the job site that I'm building right now. Okay, delete all the links in the blog row. Yeah, we'll add more of them later, and I will show you how to do that as part of this video. Enable Atom, and this is so that you can post from different, maybe from mobile phones and from other sort of third-party devices or softwares. Right, add a robots text file. Yeah, search engines need that to be able to see what your site is about. Right, add copyright. Anytime you do a website, you want to have a sitemap, you want to have a privacy policy, and you want to have content at the footer. Okay, so I'm going to add all of these four. I haven't got the contact there, but we will put that there later. Pardon me. Post teaser on and off, that just means there's a summary of your posts, which is better because it makes them click through on the page and keeps them longer on your website. That also affects the rankings if people jump off your website quite soon after coming on. Keep our error reporting off because it does take up some resources. And okay, I'm going to take this, but it never works because you've got to go through the FTP file, and I have a web guy who does all that stuff for me. I don't like the technical stuff, so if I can do this, you certainly can. Change your H2 text to H1. If you watch the video in the bonus section of the 10 days to page 1 challenge about optimizing on page, you will know what an H2 and an H1 tag is. They're basically just header tags, and H1 is the more important, I guess, for Google to pick up, but for visually for user experience, it just means it's a bigger headline. Okay, so I'm going to click that anyway, and then I'm going to make the changes, and all of that will be done for me just on this one page. Now if I had to go and get a sitemap plugin and get a robots text plugin and a privacy policy plugin and all that kind of stuff, they all exist individually, but look, I could do it all myself within 10 minutes and it's all set up. Okay, and I have my settings and stuff. You can see the plugins are starting to show here. Right, now what I need to do immediately is disable the SEO automatic plugin because it does clash with other ones. So I'm going to disable it and I'm going to delete it. It's done its job, we don't need it anymore. We don't want it clashing with other plugins, and so we get rid of that and we keep the blog as tidy as possible. Okay, how long have we done? 14. Right, now I'm going to stop this video and we're going to the next one, and I will start to add some more plugins and show you how I do it and how we can configure them. But that was a really important one that we went through. That gives us a good platform to build on from a search engine optimization standpoint. Okay.